Hello and welcome to another lockdown episode of the All About the Bulls Sports Podcast. And you join us in week God knows which of the Corona lockdown. And I'll be honest with you, we are running out of things to talk about. We are really dragging the barrel. But joining me here tonight to bring some sporting banter to your ears are my very good friends Gareth, Boise, and Phil. Lads, how are we getting on? Like I say, I am beginning to reach the end of my tether. I don't know what a tether is, but if I had one, I'd be right up close to the end of the fucking. How are you all?
I am very good. It's an interesting use of tethering there, which is good. No, I'm
halfway down my tether. I don't know about you.
I'm probably 5/8. Speaking of fractions,
very imperial.
I'm 5/8 down my tether, but I am. As I said, I've been still going to the office, so I've got a fraction of normality in what's going on. But I'm all good. I'm glad to be seeing you three. Glad to talk. I can't wait to do the quiz. I'm in a rich vein of form. So long may that continue.
Actually, we were laughing earlier that, I mean, both Gareth and I have been in a terrible run of form as Boise has just gone from success to success. But last week was a particularly low point for Gareth when he didn't actually finish the quiz.
I think it was an honourable thing to do, though, to allow the quiz to finish and find a winner.
Yeah, I summed it up and I thought, let's rather have a winner and hopefully that will deter and deflect off my poor performance. I didn't want to have to walk up the 18th with people sniggering and laughing at me, basically.
Did you nick off at the 18th tee? Just get to the car park quickly.
But
I wouldn't have got you to forfeit your prize money, but the rules are the rules. So.
Well, thank you. And those 6 beers that I gave up, I'm very, very disappointed about. Philage, how are you?
Yeah, all right. I'm a bit. I don't know really. I mean, I feel like nothing's changed. Everything's normal. But I drove over to my parents at the weekend, and it felt like I was dropping shopping off. Just to clarify, at an appropriate social distance. And I drove past a golf course, and it was rammed. And I drove over the downs, and there were loads of people there. And it felt like the world had returned to normal a little bit. And it's that thing, isn't it? Just because you're bored doesn't mean this has gone away, but it does feel like people have decided it has, and it hasn't. So just get back in your house, sit down,
get back in your box,
and listen. Climb back part way up your tether and listen to a quiz.
Yeah, listen to our bloody podcast.
Do you think we could get Boris Johnson to promote the podcast as part of the daily briefing? Maybe
rename it the Stay Alert podcast.
I think he'd be saying, listen to it, don't listen to it. Do the quiz, don't do the quiz. I think that would be the route he'd go down. But, I mean, it is funny. I don't understand. I get some of the sports where they've said you can play. Obviously, golf makes complete sense. Yeah. Tennis makes sense. Basketball makes no sense.
No sense at all.
Because I was in the park a couple of nights ago, and there was this 5-on-5 game going on, and I can 100% guarantee they were not brothers from the same household. It was a big one, a tall one. It was too much. White men can't jump, which was again confirmed in the park. But I just think that they were all up on each other. I just don't get it. I don't get the logic there. But anyway,
I think that's where we're at, isn't it? People have just given up and had enough and are back to normal. And then half the country aren't. So I think that's where we're at. I thought it's gone from becoming normal to now it's just gone back and it's just weird again. Everyone's doing something different. So it's ridiculous. Well, but sport's back.
On Gareth's week, sport is back. Before we do that though, Gareth's weekly celebrity sports spot this week.
Who's it this week?
Thought I'd do a different run on the weekend instead of round the park. I went down to the beach.
Nice.
Very nice.
Turned left, had a cool 6.5 minutes a K. I didn't want to burn out, so I wanted to see everyone.
Nice.
But I did see ex-England head coach Andy Flower trundling towards me, perspiring like he'd just been found out that they'd been ball tampering in the Ashes, as he ran past me much quicker than me. But yeah, so knockout the week before, Flower on.
Did you tell him that he was on the pod a couple of weeks ago when we talked about best coaches of all time?
Did you not hear the blistering pace I was at? I could barely breathe.
Sorry, true. I
couldn't even get my phone in my pocket in time. That's how fast he was, comparably.
I'm used to Matty from my Peloton sessions, who could apparently just talk perfectly normal.
But yeah, so I'm quite intrigued who I'm going to get this weekend.
Was he bullying people?
Yeah. His wife, just angrily shouting at his wife.
I'm impressed because you're the first person I've heard who's actually seen Flower during this lockdown.
Yes, then.
And that's the end of the show.
You tease it up on the 18th at Augusta, which I didn't get to play, and you've just smashed it down the middle.
Very Phil's good. Eyes light up when you said Andy Flower. But hang on, there's a joke here.
Everyone else shut up quickly. Now let's talk about the Bundesliga.
Yes.
And why not?
Well, because it's isn't it? It is sport. It's back.
It is sport. Who's your teams? Who would you want? Who would you follow there on that side in Bavaria?
Always been a big Leipzig.
Have you?
Ooh.
Hertha Berlin, maybe the choice of the cool man. So not me. I'm more Dusseldorf.
Are you?
FC Dusseldorf.
You bleed Dusseldorf.
Yeah, exactly. Auf Wiedersehen pet days never left me.
Now that is dating all of us.
I mean, Dortmund obviously
I like
good.
Dortmund,
Yeah. Haaland is ridiculous, isn't he? That striker.
Oh yeah. I thought you said Holland there, and
yes,
I did too.
Yes.
And then
Holland are the best German club in
with absolute confidence. There. He's also
in the La Liga. Holland is the best German club without a
What are they? I haven't been paying attention. What have they gone back in terms of like how they're finishing the league, how they're finishing the season? Are they playing the rest of the remaining season, or are they what they're doing?
Well. My email to every major league in the world clearly got some traction, Ian, because my idea to put them in isolated hotels with all the staff has been adopted.
Really? Have you bought a hotel chain or something like that? Is this what you're trying to like?
Yeah. I'm taking on the Neville brand with hotel football. But yeah, so they're basically staying in a hotel for a week before non-stop.
Right.
And then being tested, is it every second day?
Really? Every second day?
I think it's something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Dresden got, they isolated the whole team. 2 people tested positive and the whole team got self-isolated. So.
Did they not play on the weekend? Obviously. Does the team just get the points if you do? Just get forfeits.
Yeah, I believe it was postponed.
Just some kit man who's never actually allowed to go anywhere near them, who's playing in centre back for them and stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably the only issue, isn't it? Because it was postponed. I think you're right. And how long might it take to finish the season if teams keep having to postpone games because they can't play for a couple of weeks? I mean, it's. We talked about this before, but I don't really get it either. Yes, they've been isolating, but then they sit on the bench, not on the bench. They sit meters away from each other with masks on. The goal celebrations were all socially distant, but when you actually play in the game, you're right up next to someone, breathing on them, sweating on them, someone that you haven't been isolating with. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, it was like half in, half out. It was some of the stuff. I mean, they had 30 balls that were disinfected before the game and at half time. And then the ball boys had to play.
Whose job is that to go around disinfecting the balls?
All the ball boys.
Right, sure.
So it's that kind of club. But they had to
medical staff.
But they had to then put the balls on certain spots so that they didn't pass the ball to that guy, to the players.
God,
I mean,
like
but then, like you said, they're marking each other, and it's great. I mean, I think that tactic would play into the hands of certain Premier League clubs, though. If they said you have to social distance, as an example, like Arsenal, they never mark anywhere near anyone anyway, so that would be fine. They'd be good.
Is there an answer? Is there a solution that involves maybe people being attached like they are in football? I mean, we're in Germany, why not? But, there's only certain bits of the pitch you can go in, and you just have to hoof it up to the person who's attached to someone else on a long bit of string across the pitch.
This is like what we talked about last week, isn't it, with the rule changes? Like, you have to be in different zones.
Well, I saw a picture of a German cafe, actually, where they were handing out caps with pool noodles on top. Across, like as a cross, so that was like the distance. If the pool noodles touched you were too close, that would be good. So professional athletes on 200 grand a year wearing two pool noodles attached to their head, attached to a giant pole that fills moving up and down.
So if you're a fan and you win,
is that Lewandowski?
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was it was great to have some football on.
Yes,
it was great
there's
have
a few
something
that are coming back bit by bit, aren't there? So Premier League teams have started training, haven't they? Or they're starting to train this week, something like that, in small groups.
Yeah, individually. Yeah, so got to be individual training apparently.
Brighton's been training individually for about 2 weeks, and 3 of them got it. So that's panned out excellent.
The cricketers, some of the cricketers are back training individually, aren't they? And there was some golf in the US at the weekend, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I think you watched it, Gareth.
Yeah, it was rusty is the way I describe it, but it was quite cool. And they mic'd all of the guys up, and you thought there'd be a bit more, I don't know, a bit more chat and stuff, but it was all very friendly and they were all very nice. I'm not saying they were going to be sledging, but just a bit of, because Rory McIlroy chunked a chip shot and it went about 5 yards. And then, but it was bizarre, but they were playing for skins, and I got to the 13th and I was like, oh, I'll watch the next skin and then I'll go to bed. And then they halved it. So I was like, I'll just watch whoever wins the skin. Double, half. 17th doubled on the skin. 18th doubled on the skin. Eventually they were playing for 1.1 million on the last hole. And it had started off, I watched a couple of holes to 12:45 with me lying there watching a completely irrelevant situation. Just watching. And then they went to a playoff nearest the pin, so I had to watch that. So, but yeah.
Who was the third player in it that didn't play the last hole because he was too far?
Well played.
Painful.
Too soon.
Painful.
Too soon.
But they're bringing back Super Rugby down under, but they're doing like each. I think New Zealand are doing their own competition. I think Australia are going to do their own competition. So that the teams aren't travelling internationally, but they'll be doing like little round robins within their country. I don't know if South Africa's going to start doing that as well.
Well, New Zealand can do it, can't they? Because there's no coronavirus in New Zealand.
Yeah.
No, they're clean. Their prime minister's come out of this looking very, very good. But they're pretty clean.
No need for that kind of comment.
Reeks of a cover-up, this, but anyway. But I think...
Go on.
Was the answer not then we just adopt my hotel theory, fly everyone over there, test them for 2 weeks, and they just play Super Rugby in New Zealand?
I was going to say, I was against it and saying it was ridiculous, but I think the Gareth approach is actually, it's going to work.
I've just opened up a lovely 27-bed in Auckland, so I'm pushing that. If anyone wants to get on that bandwagon.
But in all seriousness, I know we said they weren't socially distancing, but if they're isolating everyone and testing, then what's the problem? We're not socially distancing from everyone at the moment, are we? So
no,
makes sense.
I agree. I'm in.
Brings football back. Did you see the article on in the Korean League where they're obviously playing behind closed doors, but FC Seoul tried to create the impression that there was people in the crowd by deploying 30 sex dolls in the crowd.
I mean,
Fully
it doesn't
dressed,
help.
actually.
It doesn't help as a footballer. It doesn't help when the crowd appear to be shocked at all moments.
Oh, it's too funny. Bizarre.
It's weird to think that it was someone or some people's job a weekend ago to blow up hundreds of sex dolls and I guess secure them to seats, because you can't just have them there blowing all over the place, so to speak.
I mean, that's literally their job.
Yes, I mean, that's 50% of what they're there for, but otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, great choice of language. I mean, speaking of like trying to make crowds look
Going down.
You suck, and you know.
but in Qatar, when we were there, because the Qatar Football League is a dynamic and crowd-pulling league, if ever there was one. They used to hand out traditional dress to all the migrant labourers to sit in the ground dressed as locals, so it looked like it was full of locals who were all there watching the game. Meanwhile, there was hardly any locals there, and it was just all of them just getting free tickets to go watch the league. So there's some strange things people do to make the crowd look. But I think Sex Doll wins. Sex Doll wins.
That's the name of this episode.
Sounds like good. Sounds like good album. Sounds like good album.
Great second album.
But yeah, so it's good to have sport, but it's still a bit ridiculous, the theory behind it, I think.
The thing that I kind of find a little bit... I totally understand it, but I kind of find it a little bit of a shame in a way, is that so much of the driving force behind these leagues returning is just cash. And I get it, because they are commercial operations and people need to get paid and there's a lot of money involved in putting on the games and all that kind of stuff. I totally get it. But the drive here from so many sort of organisations has been, we have to get money coming back in from broadcasting rights is how I mainly understand it. That if there's no games to show, then the leagues aren't and teams aren't getting paid. And you can see how so many leagues, so many sort of sports and federations are financially have so little contingency, so little kind of contingency in their war chests to be able to survive. Now, I know this is a totally random, once in a lifetime kind of thing, but so many leagues have been shown to be have gone through financial mismanagement where they just don't have enough cash in reserve to deal with these kind of like even a situation half as bad as this.
Yeah.
I get it. It just seems to be a real shame that so much of this is just coming down to the cash.
I'm not sure whether it's financial mismanagement. I just think it's the nature of the way money moves around in sport. But that in itself, I agree, is a bit of a sad indictment of the way that sport is these days, and it's so reliant, especially those professional sports. And you say those that are on TV rely on that money, but yeah, you just hope that whether decisions have been made based on money or not, that ultimately there isn't, a tragic end to it on the basis of coming back what feels like possibly too soon.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I was listening to Tailenders, which I know a few of you listened to, and they were talking about bringing cricket back and when it can start again, and they obviously address the behind closed doors issues and how they can ensure players' safety. But then they said, but the other conversations they've got to be having is what do they do about shining the ball? Because, which I hadn't even thought about, but how do they shine the ball? And Jimmy Anderson said there, obviously that's key to protecting the ball and ensuring it can swing is key to his game. So that's a major thing.
Sandpaper?
What do they do about giving their jumpers and hats to the umpire? Do they not do that? Do they have to have a little remote control car that comes on and collects it in between the over? And it's all these little things.
That should be a thing.
Yeah.
I think they've agreed with the ball, though, haven't they? That you can put sweat on it, but you can't put saliva on it.
Yeah, I think that's where they were thinking about it. I don't know whether that's the final decision, but it's but it brings a whole new level to ball tampering, doesn't it? If someone gets caught putting saliva on the ball rather than sweat, but.
If someone can teach themselves to spit on their forehead.
Shouldn't be too difficult. I reckon you could do that.
Good. It's a good
I think
skill.
it's up. I think you've got to go up and step into it, if anything.
And you've got... It's like anything there. You've got to be able to judge the wind,
it's actually a skill in itself.
Absolutely.
Normally, like it's like one of the junior members of the team who gets the lid and is stuck at like a short leg or something like that. You know, that's going to be the new thing for the new boy in the team. Right, son, you're at mid-off and you're spit boy.
Yeah.
Not spit face.
Yeah,
just spit boy.
Face. You're spit face today.
That's the sex doll's name. Sorry, that's the doll's gone. Sorry. Please can we have live sport? We've just managed to work out a new position in cricket by spitting on your own face. I mean, we need sport back, commercially or not. I don't give a shit. Let's just get sport back.
They've got Josh at a wideish spit off actually.
Yes.
He's there to save the one. So yeah. So look, I mean, yes, thumbs up. Sport is beginning to return, but. I don't know. It does feel fragile. Not just sport, actually, but the whole bloody setup feels quite fragile at the moment. Like as we're releasing the news a little bit.
I don't know. I think the youth making good decisions. I think we'll be fine.
Mate. Not from pointing fingers. You. But it just seems bloody carnage out there on the streets.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I don't know. Just gonna have to watch that. But speaking of carnage,
the lockdown rules.
Here comes car crash for the week. Gary bowls into the quiz.
The lockdown rules might be inconsistent, but what is consistent is Phil's commitment to bringing us a quiz every single week. Although I do feel that as we've continued to test him every single week to come up with one, they might get slightly more and more obtuse.
I think that's an excellent way to just begin and introduce tonight's quiz, because I think we're probably reaching ground zero for where these quizzes can go in terms of how ridiculous they're getting. But let's give tonight's a go and see where we get to. I'm not sure, as ever, how this plays out, because it's only existed for a couple of hours in my mind, so we've got an opportunity. Let's play it out. If we need to workshop it, we know what happened with cock and ball. So, gentlemen,
still one of our most successful episodes ever.
Gentlemen, much more so than the one afterwards, I would assume. Gentlemen, tonight I would like to welcome you to the All About the Bullseye Quiz. Cue Bullseye music.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
So, tonight, gentlemen, we're just looking forward to a post-lockdown world where we can get back into the pubs and play a game of friendly darts between ourselves. So, traditional dart scoring applies here. You're coming down from 501 and you need to finish on a double. That's all you need to know. I'll give you an example of how this is going to work. If I ask you, I'm going to assume, you can tell me differently each time, but I'm going to assume that at the start, you're going to aim for the 20, as is traditional. So I'm going to ask you a question. For example, how many times have England won the Football World Cup? If you say once, a correct answer, you'll score 20 points. Were you to be not sure and say 3 times, 2 away, you'd score 18 points. But then I'll ask you a question in which you have the opportunity to treble that score, to score a treble 20. So I might say in that example, you've scored your 20 points. Who scored a hat-trick in the final of the 1966 World Cup for England? If you say Jeff Hurst, that's a treble 20, 60 scored.
Shot put.
They're not going to be that straightforward, obviously.
Got my hopes up there.
And there are a few different themes to work through, but boys, Let's give it a go. So we're going to start
I like it.
I'm
with
excited.
nearest to the bullseye starts off. So all of you get the opportunity to throw an answer at me. In which year was Bullseye first broadcast on British television? Gareth, you finished last week. You're saying 93.
I thought we had to go like at the same time. Sorry,
No. You go
I
first.
just threw
You
my
finished last
dart rigorously at the
Yeah.
board without even anyone in my side. I'm going to go 93 because I wasn't in the
93.
country. So I have no
Ollie,
idea.
you're next.
So, was it when it was last on TV?
No, when it was first broadcast.
First broadcast, 93. First broadcast.
Have a think about it, Ollie.
Surely,
It's hard.
surely earlier than that. I don't know. 1981 first broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to go.
Ian.
I'm going to go for 86 because I know that Gareth wasn't in the country then. So,
Okay. I can say one of you has landed your dart plumb in the middle of the bullseye and will get to go first. Bullseye, hosted by Jim Bowen, featuring Tony Green, was first broadcast in 1981.
no way. Well done,
Ollie has won the dart. Now, Ollie, you have the choice, as is traditional. Do you want to go first, second, or third? There's a random mix of questions each time. I don't think there's any advantage to going first, second, or third, but you never know.
I'll go first, please, John.
Okay, lovely stuff. Ian, you were second.
I'll stay
Second or third? Okay.
I'll go third.
Shop it.
Thanks, Gareth.
Story of my life in this quiz situation.
Ollie, you're going to kick things off then. Our first round for all of you, the first round will be on football. So, Ollie, your first dart. Are you aiming for 20?
Yes, please.
All your questions are on Manchester United. How many top flight titles, so Premier League and First Division, have Manchester United won?
Come on.
20.
20 is the correct answer. It is absolutely right. And you've landed your first dart in the 20. But to treble your score, who was the manager the last time Manchester United won the league title?
Oh, shit. It's got to be Ferguson, surely.
He started the game with a treble 20. Yes. One of the greats. Well played,
well done,
Ollie. Okay. Your second dart is how many European titles have Manchester United won in their history?
5.
Not a bad shout. He's only one away. He's gone down the board. He's hit a 19. It's good. In which year, to treble it up, in which year did they last win a European trophy?
Uh, 2010?
I'm afraid not. I'm afraid it was 2017. They won the Europa League. But a 19, not a bad score. And your final question on your first set of three. How many Manchester United players were there in the England 2018 World Cup squad?
In the squad, 6.
There were 4, so not bad. That's you've hit 18. So your question to treble it up: who wore squad number 7 for England in that World Cup from Manchester United?
Rashford?
No, it was Jesse Lingard. But an excellent first score, 97, Ollie.
Take that.
So that's really good. Yeah, so you've got 404 remaining. Excellent. Ian, your football round is
I'm saying that's a good average for your average, not it was average.
I I'll tell you what.
Sorry.
I wasn't expecting there to be many 97s scored, so that's a good start. I've got a lot of questions on the basis that everyone was going to be a lot worse than this.
It's like my real darts. Sorry, Karen.
Ian, you're up next, and you've got Liverpool.
Okay.
Liverpool's top flight titles, how many?
17.
It's 18, but that's okay as a start. And who was the manager the last time they won the league title?
Kenny Dalglish.
Trebled it up, yeah. 57 with your first start. Lovely stuff. How many European titles have Liverpool won?
6.
This is all European titles. So they've won a mixture of European Cups, UEFA Cups, Super Leagues, Cup Winners' Cups. It's 13. So you were 7 away.
I realised my mistake. I apologise.
You have to apologise.
You still hit 13. To treble that up, the last year Liverpool won a European title.
2019.
It is correct. Do you know what it is? Just no extra points, but their last European title.
They won the Champions League.
That was their second to last European title.
Super Cup.
They won the Super Cup, but you still get the points. Don't worry. 39, an excellent score. And how many Liverpool players were in England's 2018 World Cup squad?
Five.
It's only 2.
Really?
Yeah, so you've hit a 17, which is okay. Who wore squad number 8 for England?
Jordan Henderson.
Is a correct answer. And Ian, you have opened with a 147.
Bloody hell.
Incredible darts.
Great quiz.
Good average, not average.
So you are 354. And Gareth, you on your football round have Chelsea.
Perfect.
So how many top flight titles have Chelsea won in their history?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Not bad. It's 6. So you're in the 18. To treble it up, who was the manager the last time Chelsea won the league?
Ancelotti?
No, I'm afraid it was Antonio Conte. So 18 to kick things off. How many European titles have Chelsea won in their history?
2.
Ooh, they've won 6 as it goes. So 4 away. You're on 6. So that's a 16. And what was the last year they won a European trophy?
– 2014.
Gareth, you idiot. We watched it together.
The current Europa Cup holders beating Arsenal in the final.
They lost that final.
So 16 scored. And Gareth, your final question, your final dart of the round. How many Chelsea players were in the England 2018 World Cup squad?
3.
It was 1. Just the 1. So if I say who wore squad number 15, it was the only Chelsea player in the squad. This is to treble up your 18. Who was that man?
I actually don't remember any of the Chelsea players in there. I just guessed 3, just because I thought it would be good. I love Chelsea, which is good. Yeah. I actually cannot think of anyone.
Okay, so it's another 18, which
Hudson-Odoi.
No, incorrect. 52 scored. Still not. I thought that would be more where we were all in average, and it may still be that way. Anyone else know who the Chelsea player was in the England squad?
Loftus-Cheek.
Gary Cahill.
Oh.
Yeah.
What year?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
I'm actually, without taking the mick, in my head was going to say Gary Cahill as a joke.
There you go.
Just to take the piss, because I know Ian's love for him, but I thought he was long gone from Chelsea at the time.
There you go.
God,
there you go. So after a high-scoring first round, Ian is left on 354, Ollie on 404, and Gareth on 449. But plenty to play with as we go to a round on darts itself. So, Ollie, you have got Michael Van Gerwen.
Yeah, but I'm seeing a doctor about it tomorrow.
Ollie, how many world titles has Michael Van Gerwen won?
Oh, Michael. World titles.
Correct.
3.
3 is the correct answer. Ollie, you're on fire. He's hit the 20. This may test your guessing knowledge, though. To treble it up, what is Michael Van Gerwen's nickname in the darting world?
I've always called him the hat-trick hero, but I think more commonly he's Van Gerwen, the Herman the German. I don't know.
We're back into the realms of Holland and Germany again, as
Germany,
we were.
yeah.
I'm gonna say that you've just hit a solid 20. I think Gareth might know this one.
Mighty Mike?
Mighty Mike, indeed. Ollie, in which year did Michael Van Gerwen, Mighty Mike, as you now know, first appear at the World Champs?
Oh, his first appearance. Yeah, that was a special occasion. I'm going to say...
Great day for Germany, I thought that was.
Well, for all darts lovers, not just the German lovers of the arrows. 2014.
Not bad at all. 2013. So you've hit the 19. And what was his finishing position? So what round or where did he finish at his first World Championships?
I think he went out early. Can we? Is early enough of an answer?
Well, give me the round.
The second round.
Unfortunately, he was the runner-up at his first ever World Championships.
Sorry, second. I mean, yeah,
second overall.
Second.
So it's good. It's 19 scored. 19 scored. Very good. And your final dart on Michael Van Gerwen. How many Premier League titles has Michael Van Gerwen won?
He's a bit of a machine. I mean, I'd say 6.
Very good. He's won 5. He's won 5. Yeah. And you've got an opportunity to treble it up here, and this is multiple choice. So you've definitely got 19 to treble it up. What weight of darts does Mighty Mike Michael Van Gerwen use? Is it 22.9 grams, 23.9 grams, or 24.9 grams?
He's a howitzer, so we're going to go with C there.
See, unfortunately, it was A. He really does like that light dart. 22.9 grams, but it's still 19. And Ollie, you score 58 on your second visit.
I mean, I knew that only because I Googled it this weekend because I bought some new darts. I don't know why I thought that would be useful to play the same size darts as him because we have different techniques. But anyway,
Ian, I'm going to move on to Ian. Ian, you have got Raymond Van Barneveld.
Good.
Lovely.
How many world titles has Raymond Van Barneveld won?
3.
It's 4, so you're 1 away. Not bad. And what is Raymond Van Barneveld's nickname?
Barney, isn't it?
Barney is correct. So another treble 19. In what year did Raymond Van Barneveld first appear at the World Championships?
2001.
Just 10 years out. It was 1991, Barney's first appearance. So you've hit a 10. A stray dart has hit a 10, but still a chance. Are you going to treble it up? Where did he finish? What was his first result at his first World Championships?
He went out in the second round.
I mean, you can't just copy all of Ollie's answers. Unfortunately for you and for him, he went out in the first round. So just 10 scored with your second dart. And to round things off, how many Premier League titles has Raymond Van Barneveld won?
4.
Just the one, unfortunately. So 17 hit. And what weight of dart does he use? 24 grams, 25 grams, 26 grams?
He uses 26.
Oh, I think he probably did before he found them just a little bit heavy and he moved to the 25 gram dart. So 17 scored, still a good score, and another 84 knocked off, and you're down to 270 required. So not too bad at all. Gareth, you have got a young man from Stoke-on-Trent called Philip Taylor. So how many world titles has Phil Taylor won?
16.
Not bad. It's 14, so you've hit 18. That's good. A good chance to treble it up here, though, with the nickname, please, of Phil Taylor.
The Power.
The Power is correct. And so trebling up your 18. Very good. What was Phil Taylor's first year at the World Championships?
Got to the final?
Well, no, I need the year.
Oh, sorry, year. Sorry, I think you said what position. What year? 89.
Not bad. 1990. So only one away. So you've hit 19. And what was his first result?
The final.
Got to the final. So are you giving me? Are you saying a runner-up or a winner?
Oh, I thought I'd see if you gave it away there. A runner-up.
Oh, unlucky. He won his first world title. 125 to 1 outsider he was. But he won. But you still hit 19. Very good. And as the man who knows all about the weight of darts, this will be an easy one for you. Does he use a 26 gram, a 27 gram, or a 28 gram dart?
I thought he was a 26er myself, but I'm going to go 26.
That's excellent. I've got ahead of myself now, so I already know you've hit the treble, because that's correct. I didn't ask you how many Premier Leagues he's won. So to find out what number you're trebling up, let's take a step back. How many Premier Leagues did Phil Taylor win?
4.
He won 6, but that's 18. Trebled up another 54, so an excellent score here of 127.
Well done, Gareth.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Nice.
It's a picture of Phil Taylor and Barney on this TV right now, inspiring me.
Wow.
Lovely stuff. So after six darts each, Ollie sits back on 346 required, Gareth 322, and Ian has just 270 to tick off as we go to county cricket. And Ollie, you've got Surrey. How many county championship titles have Surrey won in their history?
Try and look around Boise's room. I thought you were saying 5 there, Boise. They've won 10.
10. Not bad. They've won 19. So you're 9 away. 19. So you've got 11. To treble it up, I would like you to give me either the current captain or coach of Surrey County Cricket Club. And they have actually, Surrey have a white ball captain and a red ball captain. So I will take either of those answers or the coach to treble it up.
These countdown fingers are not funny. Alex Stewart
is not, I'm afraid. I think he's the director of cricket, isn't he? So he's involved. Yeah, it's very good. Ian, do you want to jump in here?
Michael Di Venuto is the coach.
And
then Rory Burns, captain, white ball. Is it Dernbach?
It is Jade Dernbach, yeah. Right, so Ollie, back your second dart. You scored 11 with that first one. Your second dart is flying towards the board. How many one-day trophies have Surrey won in their history?
15.
It's 8, so you're 7 away. So you've hit 13. You're a little bit all over the place this time, but a chance to treble it up still. What is the predominant colour of Surrey's current T20 shirt?
Blue.
Blue is correct. So a treble 13 all over the board, but, managing to find the trebles still. Your final question. How many Surrey players were there in the England 29 World Cup winning squad?
29.
2019.
29. How many Surrey players? There were 3.
3 is the correct answer.
Of course it is.
And to treble it up, who wore squad number 20 for England during the World Cup? During the 2019 World Cup?
I've absolutely no idea.
No way.
Joss Butler.
No, unfortunately, Jason Roy wore 20. But you've still hit the 20 there, and you've scored 70 points.
Just pipped Alex Tudor
to selection. So, Ian, let's move on to you. You have got Yorkshire.
Oh, okay.
How many county championships have Yorkshire won in their history?
21.
It's 32, so you're 11 away, and you've hit the 9.
Ooh, yeah.
To treble that 9 up, though, name the current captain or coach.
Oh.
Oh, how do you like the fingers now? Yeah.
Anthony McGrath? Is he coach?
No, Andrew Gale is the coach, and Stephen Patterson, the current captain. But 9 scored. Your second question, how many one-day trophies have Yorkshire won in their history?
11.
I'm afraid it's only 5. Oh. So 6 away, so 14 scored, but a chance to treble that up. What is Yorkshire's T20 shirt colour currently?
Blue or yellow? I'm going to go blue.
The White Rose County wear blue currently. Correct. So treble 14 flies into the board. Excellent. And then your final question, I think you know what's coming. How many Yorkshire players were in England's 2019 World Cup winning squad?
3.
3 is correct. Straight into the 20. And who wore squad number 51 to treble it up?
Bairstow.
Bairstow is the correct answer. After a wobbly start, you've absolutely nailed that with another 111. So after 9 darts, you are left, Ian, on just 159. Not actually a score you can take out in 3 darts. So you're not on a finish yet, but storming into the lead once again. Gareth, that means you are left with Lancashire. So,
can I take Sussex?
How many county championships have Lancashire won in their history?
17.
It's 9, I'm afraid. Not as many as you'd think. So you've hit 12, just off centre. Can you name the current captain or coach of Lancashire to treble it up?
Dane Villas.
Dane Villas is a
Very
brilliant
good.
and correct answer for the current captain of Lancashire under the coaching of Glenn Chappell. But so you were, I can't remember, what did you hit at 12? So you've hit treble
Let's call it
12.
20.
Very good. How many one-day trophies have Lancashire won, though, in their history?
I'm going to go. I don't think they're a great one-day side, but I could completely prove wrong. 6.
One of the great one-day sides, Lancashire. They have won 17 in their history.
Sure, close.
So 11 away. So you've hit 9, but you've still got a chance to treble it up. And let's be honest, the trebles are where the big money is here. What is the predominant colour of Lancashire's current T20 shirt?
They love a red rose, don't they? Red.
Red is correct. The Red Rose County do indeed wear red. You might have hit 9, but you've trebled it up. 27 scored. And finally, how many Lancashire players were there in England's 2019 World Cup winning squad?
I'm going to say 2.
It's very close. There was only 1, though. But you've still scored 19, but with an opportunity to treble it up. Do you know who that one was wearing number 63?
No, is the answer. In the long and the short of it. Is it Joss Butler?
Joss Butler is the correct answer. I don't know where you plucked that from, but treble 19. So you've hit a round of trebles there, which is excellent. And you've scored an exact 120. So,
I'll take that. What a
we've
catch
had some really
and
high scores
stumping
here.
that
This
was.
is excellent darts. Ollie, 276 still to get. Gareth, 202. Ian, 159. So we're getting into the business area here. We should start to see people getting onto finishes very shortly as we move into the world of rugby union.
Ollie's sweet spot.
And an opportunity
Ollie will
for
do really well.
Ollie here. Ollie, your questions are all about Wales.
What?
How many Six Nations Grand Slams have Wales won?
I know that was, by the way, I know the Six Nations thing was directed at me, so well played. Well played.
All about your Gavin Hastings here.
2.
They've won 4, actually. They've won 4, but you've stuck it in the 18 and a chance to treble it up. In which year did they win their first Six Nations Grand Slam?
Fudge. 2005?
2005 is the correct answer. It's treble 18 to kick things off. You needed a big score to put some pressure on, and you've started with one. Great stuff, Ollie. Dart number 2. In 2019, so the last completed Six Nations, how many games did Wales win?
5.
Correct. Straight in the 20s. Solid, happy, correct answer. Who was Wales's leading scorer in the 2019 Six Nations?
I remember who played fly off. Was it Anscombe?
He started with treble 18. He's just hit a treble 20, ladies and gentlemen. 60
Back in the game.
scored, and well, this is getting interesting. Your third dart. How many times have Wales had the player of the tournament in a Six Nations year?
6.
Not bad, not bad. It's 5. So you've hit 19, and to treble that up and score an enormous score, can you name one of those 5 players of the tournament?
Shane Williams.
Martin Williams, Dan Lydiate, Lee Halfpenny, Alan Wynne-Jones, and Shane Williams.
Oh, it's big. Well played,
Ollie
Ollie.
has scored, hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, 171.
No, nice.
Highest score of the night, and takes him down to 105 and on to a finish.
Oh,
Woof.
back in the game.
Ian, you're up next, and you have got France. How many Six Nations Grand Slam titles for France?
Is it Six Nations or just...
Gavin Hastings.
I'm going to go 1.
Ooh, interesting. They've won 3, so not quite as poor as you thought. So you've hit 18, chance to treble it up. In what year did they first win a Six Nations Grand Slam?
2007.
I'm afraid not. It was the first year of the Six Nations in 2002. So 18 scored, but a decent start. How many games did France win in the 2019 Six Nations?
Two.
Is the correct answer. Straight in the 20. Who scored the most points for France in the 2019 Six Nations?
I've absolutely no idea. Sergio Giorgini.
Well known French player.
Unfortunately, unless that is another name that Johan Uge goes by, I'm afraid that is an incorrect answer. But you still score 20.
That's the suit he wears. That's the suit he wears, mate.
The same joke.
So, Ian, your third dart, yet to score a treble in this round, and could do with one. How many times has a France player been named Player of the Tournament in the Six Nations?
4.
I'm afraid not. It's actually 0.
No.
France have never had a player named Player of the Tournament.
Wow.
So you've hit 16, and what I want for yours, because there isn't a Frenchman to choose from here, you can have any Ireland player, Scotland player, or Italy player who has been named Player of the Tournament.
Brian O'Driscoll.
Brian O'Driscoll 3 times is a correct answer. So you have hit treble 16. Gordon Darcy, Tommy Bowe, Andrea Massey, Paul O'Connell, Stuart Hogg and Jacob Stockdale, the other correct answers. But you've saved yourself a little bit at the end there. You score 86, and that means you are left with just 73 to get. Oof. So, Gareth, you have got your Six Nations questions on England.
Perfect.
How many Six Nations Grand Slams have England won?
I'm going to say 4.
They have only won 2, surprisingly. So you've hit 18. What year did they first win a Six Nations Grand Slam?
2000?
No, it was 2003, the year they then went on to win the World Cup. But 18 points still. How many wins did England manage in the 2019 Six Nations?
4.
They should have won 4. They managed to win 3. They drew an absolutely ridiculous game against Scotland and lost one. So you're one away. You've hit 19. And one of the easier chances, the treble is just opened up here for you. Who scored the most points for England in the 2019 Six Nations?
Oh, it's got to be the skipper who kicks for fun, Owen Farrell.
Correct answer. How many times has an England player been named Player of the Tournament in the Six Nations?
2.
Surprisingly, it is only once. You've hit 19. To treble it up, can you name that one England player who has been named Player of the Tournament?
Johnny Wilkinson?
It is not. Does anyone else want to hazard a guess?
Jason Robinson?
It's a surprising one. Mike Brown.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Who?
What have we got? 95 scored. A good solid score. So this is boiling
Mike
down.
Brown?
Correct.
This is madness. The world's gone mad. No offence to Mike Brown, but I mean, what year did he win that?
Sorry, it's 94 you got there, actually. Google it.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Thank you. Will do.
But I would guess he had probably 16 or 17, I would guess. Anyway, with 12 darts thrown by everybody, Gareth, you have 108 points remaining. Ollie 105 and Ian 73. So we're getting into the realms of needing to give me a number that you want to go for. At the start, it won't make any difference, but as we get closer, let's see. So you're on to golf. Ooh, golf. And Ollie, with 105 still to go for, you've got Tiger Woods.
Nice.
So I'm going to assume you're going to start on a treble 20.
Please.
And I need to know how many times Tiger Woods has won the Masters.
Three times.
5 times. So not bad. You've hit 18.
I tried to help you there.
Yeah, a chance to treble it up. In which year did he first win the Masters?
2003?
No, it was 1997, I'm afraid.
Sure. Yeah.
But 18 still scored. You are now on 87, so I'm guessing you'd probably like to go for 87. What would we give you? Maybe treble 15 to leave double 16?
Yep, I'm happy with that.
Okay. We're aiming for 15s then. How many times has he won the Open?
3.
3 is the correct answer. The dart thuds into 15. If you hit this treble, you've got a shot at a double to win. In which year did Tiger Woods first win the Open?
99.
Oh, it was 2000. So it's close. It's close. You still have 72 remaining. So I'm going to suggest you go for, you probably want a 12 here. 12. And your final question is, how many Ryder Cups has Tiger Woods played in?
3.
Ooh, he has played in 8.
Oh.
So you were 5 above your 12. So you've hit 17. But that's got you down. No, you scored 50. So you're on 55. You're on 55. So, okay, you're not doing too badly there. Ian, 73 required. Have you had a little think about what you'd like to hit?
No.
I'm assuming treble 19 to leave double 8,
Yeah,
but I'll leave it up to you.
No,
okay.
That's my favourite double, actually. To finish on
Treble 19 to leave double 8. Okay, so you're going for 19. Ian, you have Nick Faldo.
Okay.
How many times did Nick Faldo win the Masters?
3.
3 is correct.
Solid.
You've hit your 19. Treble it up. In what year did he first win the Masters?
87.
Oh, it's 89. But it's a good start. You've got 54, so you can take here a shot at a single number. So your shot is you want single 14. To do that, I want to know, what is Arsenal's current Premier League position?
What?
What is Arsenal's current Premier League position?
I was expecting a Nick Faldo question.
You've moved out. You've moved on to, you just need a single
I
score.
thought there was a trick here.
No
I
trick.
believe they're...
Nick Faldo.
12th.
Ooh, unlucky. They are 9th.
Oh.
So
I would have gone 14.
I think you have hit, that means you're 3 above. So you actually hit 17. So you have 37 remaining.
Good.
So I think you'll be aiming for 5. And again, you've got a Premier League position question, aiming for 5. Where are Aston Villa currently?
They are... They bottom? No, Norwich are bottom. 19th.
19th is correct. Wow. You've hit 5. That means you'll come back, if indeed you get back to the dartboard, requiring a shot at double 16 for victory. Gareth, 108 to aim for. Treble 20?
Yeah, I'll go for that, thank you.
Okay, so we're back in the world of golf for you, and you've got Rory McIlroy. How many times has Rory won the Masters?
0.
Correct. He obviously hasn't won the Masters, so you can't tell me the year he first won that, but you can tell me the first year, to treble it up, the first year he won the USPGA.
2012?
Is correct.
Very good,
the
Gareth.
Board thuds. 48 required. So you want to go 16 double 16, and you're moving into the football Premier League positions to get that 16. So aiming for 16, where are currently Bournemouth in the league?
16th.
Oh, they're 18th. So 2
Eddie Howe.
16.
Bloody hell.
You score 18, but all that means is, rather than shoot at double 16, you are shooting at double 15. The first man at the Oki with a shot at a double. You have 1 dart remaining. The answer to this question is between 80 and 90. How many PGA Tour wins for Tiger Woods?
87.
Is incorrect, but you remain on a double. Ollie, you are on 55, Ian 32, Gareth 30. So, Ollie, I need you to hit a Premier League club to get that score. You've got 55 left. I'm assuming you're aiming for 15.
Sure, double top.
What position are Brighton currently in?
Brighton.
Super Brighton.
Super Brighton. They are not in relegation. I'm going to go with 15th.
15th is the correct answer. Ollie has hit 15 and left himself double top. Ollie, you have got 2 darts at the number of weeks Roger Federer has spent at number 1 in the world rankings. It is between 300 and 310.
I mean, that's a hell of a feat in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, can we just all applaud that and move on? I mean, that's just great.
Don't buy time, Matthews. Get on with it.
Between 300 and 310.
Yeah, and you've got 2 guesses at it.
Fudge. 305.
Is not correct. 1 dart left.
308.
Is also not correct.
No, voices.
Ian, up to the Oki. Ian, you require 32. You've got a shot at a double, and your 3 darts this time are the number of World Championship medals won by Sir Chris Hoy. It's between 20 and 30, and you have 3 darts.
23.
Just
Say again, sorry.
23.
Incorrect.
27.
Incorrect.
24.
Incorrect. Gareth, and it's so that this doesn't go on for too long. This is narrowing down now. So Gareth, you require 30, double 15, and you have Steve Davis ranking tournament wins. It's between 26 and 30, and you have 3 darts at it.
that including 26.
Yes.
How's that happened mid-round?
Yeah. Questions will be asked.
Well, because I've had more dance at the doubles. It's a winning actually.
Yeah.
You know. Thank you, Phil. Excellent decision making. 27.
Incorrect.
29.
Incorrect.
This is ridiculous.
26.
Incorrect.
I take it back. It's worth it.
So we're still all on doubles, and I'm not going to lie.
This is like
I'm
my
running out
real
of
dance game.
questions. I thought by the time I narrowed it down, it wouldn't happen to this. But Ollie, you are first back at the board. You're looking at double tops, and I want to know the number of years Crystal Palace have played in the Premier League. It is between 6 and 10.
7.
Incorrect.
8.
Incorrect.
9.
Game, shot, and a match. Ollie
Well played, Ollie.
walks away, double top to take the
Well played.
title. Incredible scenes.
Well done,
Ollie,
Ollie.
congratulations. I feel like for the purpose of the scoreboard, I probably do need to find out who comes second. So I'm going to go, Ian is up next. You've got the capacity of Lords. It's to the nearest 1,000, between 26 and 30,000.
26.
Incorrect.
28.
Incorrect.
27.
Incorrect.
It's harder than you think. The last one's very tricky.
Gareth, you can go back to Tiger Woods Tour wins. I'm going to say it's between 80 and 85.
I got 3 darts at this.
Got 3 darts at it.
83.
Incorrect.
82.
Correct. Gareth picks up second place, and finally Ian comes last in a quiz.
I'm always the bridesmaid at the moment, I feel.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what an evening at Ali Pali. Ollie, congratulations. I'll be honest, that worked better than I thought it was going to.
Mate, I like it, and I maybe want to go play darts.
I know, yeah, I really want to.
My 22 grammars that are sitting in there need to go and get a couple of throws at the moment, I think. So I've got a cool average of 37 at the moment, so turning pro next year.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, as ever, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for indulging me. Thanks for weighing your darts up, chucking them at the board, and congratulations, Ollie, on coming away with the win.
Well done, Ollie.
Guys,
Well done, Ollie.
Another
Well
great
played.
week. Another great week. Take very good care of yourselves.
Cheers. Go well.
Cheers.
Stay alert.
I'm more alert than ever. Goodbye.
Cheers.